Hello, hello. Today we are once again on our quest for yellow. We have the Sunshine Makes Me Happy by Makeup Obsession, which I believe is just a branch of, if you look at the back of this, you'll see on the bottom it says Revolution Beauty. So this is really just kind of a branch off of Makeup Revolution. So I would just call this a Makeup Revolution palette. I believe this palette originally came out at the end of 2020 per the videos on YouTube that you can still see. I got my version at Marshall's for $4. This little palette also made a, I guess you can say, appearance in Shane Dawson's, one of the most recent videos that he did recently, where he went to TJ Maxx. I got mine from Marshall's. And I've been eyeing it, and I saw it, and I was like, I'll just grab it, because I gotta try it. I gotta try it for science. So again, I got this at Marshall's, $4. I thought, if it's bad, the worst that happens is that I, spent $4. So this is the outside packaging. If you can't tell, this is very clearly going to be yellow. So this is the outside of it. This is the packaging on the outside. This is the packaging on the inside. It's pretty much exactly the same inside-outside packaging. And then we'll open it up. If we open it up, we can see here that there is a mirror there. I'm going to cover her up. There's a very small, tiny little mirror. But this is the inside of the palette. This is so freaking cute. It is tiny, you guys. It is tiny. Let me grab something to compare it to. So this is the Jeffree Starskin Wyoming Winter Lip Oil. This is how small it is. It is very small. Like, look at that. It's so small. Here's a highlighter. Look how tiny the pans are. These, look, I can barely, all that fits. It's just, if you put your finger over it, it's gone. These are tiny pans. These pans are tinier even than the Busy Art Paris little Petite Pro San Francisco. That's the one that I have, so that's what I have to compare it to. Those pans are tiny, but these pans are even tinier than those little tiny Busy Art palettes that you end up just throwing into your purse. Now let's be quick with this. Is this our yellow palette? Is this the best yellow palette? I think it's mid. So here's why it's mid. This is more of a, I would guess, a companion palette. You can't really, I think it would be difficult if you went on a short little trip to just throw this palette into your purse and be like, this is the only palette I need. Because there's not a lot of variety. This is the darkest color in this palette. And the three mattes that are in here, so this one, and this one, those three are mattes. They are yellows. I'm very happy that those are yellows. But on the eye, they all pretty much look exactly the same. Buttercup is lighter in person, right? Ray is kind of in the middle. Sunrise is probably more the mustardy of the three. But on the eye, there's just nothing to deepen a look. You just have those three mattes. And of course, as always, if we're talking about just taking one palette, I don't think you could take just this palette. You would have to take another palette so you can have some more variety. But overall, other than maybe the color story not being the best by itself, you could always pair this along with something else, and it is incredibly travel friendly. You could throw this not just in your luggage, not just in your backpack. This goes in your purse. You could put this in your pocket, and it would fit. It would be perfect. So in terms of the formula, I don't remember having any issues with the formula. It's just more about the color story, because the three yellows that you have in here are pretty much the same. I think the shimmers are in here quite good. I think some are a bit more drier than the others, but I think overall, from what I remember, these all worked quite well. So let's do just some cute little swatches just so you can get an idea, and then we'll be on our way. I do want to mention, now that I'm looking at this again, Ray is a matte with some shimmer in the product. So up here, this one is a matte with a shimmer. So let's try Ray, and then we'll do Buttercup, just so we can compare, because they're, on my eyes, they look quite similar. So this is Ray. And then this is Sunrise, I think is what? Or does it have it backwards? Sunrise, Ray. There is the slightest difference. I don't know if you can say that, but is there, what do you think? Let me know down below. Is there enough of a freaking difference for it to matter? I'm not even going to swatch the third one because it's pretty much exactly the same. These aren't the best yellows, but I think they work quite well for $4. I mean, I don't know what more you're expecting, but I think these work quite well for a palette that I bought for $4. But there's just the issue that the colors look almost exactly the same. And now I think I'll swatch 3 shimmers. I think maybe we'll do, let's do a light, a medium, and the only dark one. It's kind of the only one. Which ones did I like? There was none in here that stood out to me as being incredibly better than the others, and there was none in here that also stood out to me as being like incredibly the standout that was really bad. I think overall I'm gonna do Sandy Toes, Sunset, and Glow. I think overall they're pretty much all on the same kind of spectrum. They all worked quite well, especially for the price. I think this one's more of a topper and this one's more dry. This is one of the ones that was more dry. So it's more of a very light shimmer. And then you have this one, I believe it was Sandy Toes. Ooh, that one was pretty. It's one of those whites that has like a gold kind of reflect. And then we'll do Glow. And that was one of your darker ones. Overall, did we fail for our quest of yellow? I don't think we did necessarily. I think this is more of a companion palette. I don't think that the shades in here are too awful. I just think that this is more of a palette you would pick out just some colors out of it. Like if you specifically just wanted to work with this sunset color and then grab another palette. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not the worst, but it's definitely not the perfect yellow palette. I will be keeping it, however, because it does have, you know, some nice, pretty, simple shimmers. I mean, they worked quite well. It wasn't anything crazy, but it really wasn't awful. There's, I don't think, any reason to hate on this palette at all, other than to just maybe criticize we could have had a little bit more range. Maybe maybe 2 dark browns. I don't know. There's, I think for me, the perfect one still so far has been the LA Colors palette. But let me know what you think down below. I think overall, I think this is a really cute palette. But y'all have a great day now.